Hello and welcome back. Fitness Friday with Johnny Tiger and
Kitten.
Kitten. We had another adventure at a shopping center today. Uh, Pretty decent experience, although trying to find help was a little bit iffy as usual. It always makes me feel like one of the hobbits in Lord of the Rings, just wandering around aimlessly until someone tells us where to go, and then the kind of instruction we get is, oh, you just walk ahead, and then at the end there, over there, you turn left, and then you turn right. And then, we have no idea how far is it, and where exactly you turn left, and
No
so,
landmarks.
no landmarks whatsoever. Oh, God, exciting time. Anyway, today we're going to continue with the foam roller, so I'm going to pass the uh, headset over to Kitchen so you guys can actually hear her. We go on this way.
Okay. Okay.
So, again, it's one of those episodes where I'm pretty just laying down doing nothing, and she's going to beat me to death with the foam roller. Uh, Today we're going to work on the back, the spine. What do you need to tell them about the spine?
We're not going to work on the spine. We're going to work on things around the spine.
Oh, like
Um,
lungs and heart and liver and all that
no,
stuff.
we're going to work on the back, on parts of the back where people usually get tight or feel feel pain. So it helps with relieving a lot of the tightness and soreness.
Like the long bar and the short bar and the medium bar, all that stuff. I don't know. There's a lot of bars.
Yes, the spine has three different parts, and the lumbar is the lower part. The actually the last five vertebrae are your lumbar. The middle 12 are your thoracic spine, and the upper seven are your cervical spine.
Only the cervical part actually makes sense. The other two don't make sense. But anyway, I'm going to lay down and she can do her stuff.
Okay.
Oh, that's very comfortable. By the way, if you guys can't see what we're doing, please let us know. We can readdress it later.
Yes.
I love these episodes where I don't hardly have to do anything.
So one of the first things you would like to do is kind of help situate their legs. And it's not that they don't know how to lay down. It's, it's just helps situate their back, their hips, when they're not the ones that have to make the movement. So just picking up the ankle the way I did with both hands and hold on to the front of the leg and the foot, holding it to where the foot is somewhere around where the my middle of my chest is. And then all I'm going to do is lean back. And that picks his leg up for me. I'm doing it again. And then just to be nice, I am placing one finger, one of my thumbs over the back of my opposite thumb and then pressing forward or leaning forward so that it actually puts pressure on the middle of his foot. And I'm going to go ahead and leave that one down. And then I'm going to come over to the other foot. And again, one hand on holding the front of the ankle so that the leg rests on it, and then the other hand holding the front of the foot. Hold it about to where it's about the middle of your chest and lean back.
The middle of her chest, not my chest.
Yeah. And again, I'm just placing one of my thumbs on the middle of his foot, where both of my hands' fingers on the opposite side of his foot, and leaning forward, it puts pressure on the inside of his foot for me. I don't really have to use my muscles at all. I'm just leaning forward.
That actually feels pretty good because we did a lot of walking today.
Yeah. So I am going to get the foam roller.
Uh-oh, here you come.
And we're just going to be more simple about this, and I'm going to work on the left side of his back while kneeling on the left side of his body. Okay? So if you place the foam roller where it's kind of at an angle on the left side of his back, more so on the higher part of where his hip is. And then you're going to put your forearms down on the foam roller, equal proportion apart from each other, just as, to be comfortable. And you're just going to roll it forward inch by inch. And every time you do, it's like walking this foam roller up his back. And then when you get up to the top, then you could just sit back and bring the foam roller back with you. Sit back on your feet. So again, you just walk the foam roller up with your forearm. On one side of his back. And when you get all the way up there, and then you put your weight down and just sit back on your back of your legs, and then roll the foam roller back. While we're on the left side, before we go over to the right side, we are going to now face towards his left side. We're going to place the foam roller on top of his back,
Kind of parallel to my spine.
parallel to his spine, a little bit closer to the lower back. So if you keep your knees, your right knee is going to be closer to his left hip, and your left knee is going to be closer to where his rib cage is, or maybe a little above it. And all you're going to do is place both forearms on the foam roller, get up on your knee, and roll it out. And it's okay to let it fall down like that, and go ahead and bring it back. Now the reason why we're only doing the opposite side is because with you leaning, it puts a little bit more pressure. because of course you can do this on the same side, but you'd have to use your own muscles to put the pressure. So that's why we're gonna do opposite side. And he has his arm at a great place, but I'm gonna ask him to come down a little bit like figure four, so that way his shoulder is in line with the top of his shoulder. And this time, you're going to basically find the same landmark. You're going to put the foam roller on the right side of his spine. Make sure that it's not directly on the spine. Does it feel like it's more so on the right of your spine or?
Move to the right a little bit. There we go.
Okay, right there?
Yeah.
Okay. And then all I have to do is get up, put my weight on it, and roll that down and out to the side. Bringing it back. Okay. Now, just to be nice, I'm going around his body this way instead of just going across him. To be nice. So we're going to leave this foam roller here because we would like to situate the legs so that way it can put the hips and the back more at ease. Okay, so I went ahead and picked up his foot so that his knee is bent and his heel is facing towards the ceiling. Johnny, does that kind of relax the front of your leg?
Yeah, it does, and kind of relaxes the lower back too.
Yes, yes it does. So again, I'm going to go ahead and hold, since I'm on his left ankle now, my left hand is on the front of his left ankle. My right hand is holding on to where my fingers are at the top of his foot, and my thumb is more so in the middle of his sole. Middle. The sole of his foot. So his foot is somewhere around where my mid chest would be. And all I'm going to do is hold on to his foot and lean back. Just to be nice, let's do it again. Okay. Found it. Which foot did I just do? The left?
The left, yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to come over to the right side of your body so that I can place the foam roller on the top of your back where it would be. Thank you. I actually forgot that. I'm going to make sure, yeah, please have your arm at a figure 4. Thank you very much. Thank you.
I feel like a lizard.
I okay. So let's make sure that this foam roller is more so on the left side of the spine before you start putting pressure. Okay, I'm on my knees, and all I have to do is put my forearms on the foam roller where it's about 1.5 feet apart, just to make the pressure more even. And then I'm going to get on to my knees and teeter-totter the foam roller out to where it falls on his left side. And then all I have to do is put pressure, lean back, and inch this foam roller back towards me. Now, some people that might feel good if you just keep going like that, but some people it might not feel good. Johnny, was that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And the reason I say that some people it may not feel good is their backs might be really tight, or they may have, issues with their lower back. So we did it twice on the other side. So let's go ahead and roll it out twice. Just make sure that you don't lose your foam roller. And roll it back. And it's great that his arm is at figure 4 because that way when you roll it out more towards the top of his arm, his arm that's in a figure 4 will move out that way more. Oh, are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Knock me on the head with the foam roller.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and make sure that that's lower so that it's not as close to your head. And the foam roller, does it feel like it's to the right of your spine?
That's the left of my spine.
Okay. How about here?
That's the left of my spine.
Oh, I'm sorry, to the left of your spine.
Yeah.
I'm a little turned around. My apologies. So does it feel like it's to the left, or should I? Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and place my forearms on the foam roller about 1.5 feet apart. About as far as your arms are apart on the foam roller, so that way you're putting equal pressure and you're not gonna hurt your neck. So go ahead and roll it out. Inching out, and I got to the floor. So let's sit back and pull it back. Okay. Okay. Does that feel okay?
Yep.
Okay. Go ahead and get this second one here. Inching out. Inching out. And then let's bring it back. Now, a lot of people may have lower back problems or where it's kind of like across their where their pants would fall across their lower back. If you place the foam roller around that area, and right now I'm on his right side, so I'm using my left hand to keep it stable, and take my right hand and put it where it would fall on the left side of his spine, not on his spine, on the left side. So I'm going to use the foam roller to keep my brace when I get on my knees, and just go to the right for me, but that would be up his spine on the side. So I lean forward, putting pressure down. I lean back, putting pressure off. Move my hand more to the right. Lean forward, sit back.
All kind of popping and crackling comes from my back.
Yes. Yeah. I did not do that when I was on the other side, but we can fix that. Um, did you notice that? Did you feel that?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I ask you, how did it feel different?
It feel a little bit more, shall we say, gentler than without the foam roller.
Oh, okay. So,
The foam roller kind of acts a little bit like a cushion.
okay. So I can see this being useful for somebody that maybe has a tight back, to where maybe they had an injury, or maybe they just had a hard day and it's tight. So we're going to go ahead and do the opposite side.
And the pressure always go out away from the spine, right?
Yes, there are there are moves where the pressure goes towards the spine, but that's usually better for people that are um, a bit more comfortable with that movement, since the spine is so sensitive, or it can be sensitive. So remember that the lower back also feels good if you take the foam roller and you have it on the opposite side, and it's as if you want to squeeze the foam roller towards you. You want to roll it in and squeeze towards you. And again, the reason you do it from the opposite side is because you can actually put more force without using your muscle. So since we did that on that,
The further away it's from you, the more you can just use your body weight,
yes,
momentum.
yes. And using your body weight helps you not get tired so quickly. So this, remember that you would like the foam roller to be on the outside of their hip, close to the floor. And then you just want to inch it, roll it back towards you.
Why do I mostly feel that on my butt?
I'm being nice and we are just making a video.
It doesn't touch my lower back at all. It just touches my butt.
So the moves that I just showed were ones that you could use more for more pressure. Now, mind you, you can definitely do it on the same side, but the pressure probably won't be the same. I don't know if Johnny feels this any different. Do you?
Not as much pressure. This is
Right,
more soothing than uh, crackling and popping.
right, right. Now, since these foam rollers are so firm, this last one you might want to only do if you feel secure on where this person's spine is. Because I have a lot of people who let me know, oh, my lower back is so tight. Could you please do something? So again, by having his foot facing towards the ceiling, I can place my foot flat so that it kind of braces his foot and feel his back and place the foam roller on top of his back and just put my hands on top of the flat part of the foam roller and lean as if I'm hanging on the top of the foam roller. I'm putting my fingers and palm on the top and just putting my body weight down on the foam roller. Johnny, can you feel this?
I can, yeah. This is actually pretty interesting. The that just popped my shoulder blade.
Okay. And we did that right side, so we're going to come over to the left side to do the left side. Now let me go ahead and mention that it's a bit more soothing to start closer to the hip and move your way up. Now there's definitely instances where some people may feel more comfortable if you start from the mid back and go down. But the reason why we're not going any further than mid back is because you got the shoulder blade here And then the spine actually makes itself a bit more uh, closer to the surface as you get up. So that's why we're only going to the mid back. So facing towards him, you place the foam roller on top of his hip area, back. Make sure that it's just off the side of his spine. Does that feel like
Yeah.
okay? So all you want to do is get up on your knees, place your fingers on top of the foam roller, and go ahead and sit down. And it goes ahead and puts pressure on it for you. I'm teeter-tottering it side to side like it's a bobblehead. Does that feel pretty okay?
Yeah.
Just a little bit. Okay.
Such a simple movement, but it feels really pretty good. Uh, it's a lot more gentle than people using their hands or elbow, and I imagine not going to leave a lot of bruises on your partner's back either.
Right. Right.
Don't try to use the edge of your bathtub like I used to do.
Oh my.
I remember before I discovered foam roller, I used to lay my back across the edge of the bathtub or the counter in the kitchen and just use that. And one day I went to see a massage therapist and I took off my shirt and she said, "Whoa, what the heck did you do to your back?" And apparently I got bruises up and down my spine. I didn't even know.
Yeah, that can definitely be alarming.
Okay, now before we let them go, let me lay horizontal this way, and maybe you come to my left so they can get a different angle view uh, of you doing what you just showed them. Yeah, come to my left side. Yeah.
So, do both sides again?
No, just do it from whatever you can do from that side.
Oh, okay. Okay, so if you remember this one where you find the middle of the person's back where their spine would be, and make sure that the foam roller is more off to the opposite side. So I'm on his left side, and I want the foam roller to be on the right side, closer to the right side of his spine, where it's a bit close to the lower back. Johnny, does it feel like it's basically there, or should it be more to the right?
No, it's fine there.
Okay, so I am down on my knees, sitting on my haunches. I am going to place my forearms about a foot, a little bit more than a foot apart on the foam roller, and get on my knees and inch the foam roller out to where it'll be all the way down on his right. And then I'm going to pull this foam roller close to me and back towards me. Now I'm only going as far as to the middle where I started. And the reason I personally do that is because sometimes the spine doesn't feel so comfortable being rolled over in that fashion. Some people might like it, but it's so far and few in between, so it's probably best if you just ask or check with them. So we're going to go ahead and do that again. Find the off to the right side of his spine. Put both my forearms down, get on my knee, and inch it out, 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 and out to where it falls on the ground. And then I'm going to squeeze it back, 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 back. Okay.
And then the one where you had us standing on
Standing.
that, yeah.
Yes. Okay. Just to brace myself a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and put one foot flat and one knee down. And I have this where I'm thinking is more off to the right side of his spine. Johnny, does it feel like it's
Well, to the right a little bit.
to the right a little bit?
There we go.
Right there?
Yep.
Okay. And both of my fingertips are on top. I'm going to get on my knee and go ahead and hang down. Okay. We're going to move up. Johnny, does that feel about right or should?
Yep.
Okay. And I'm going to get on my knee and hang down.
To the right a little. There we go.
Right there?
Yeah.
Okay. Hang down. And I'm stopping myself because I can feel the foam roller almost wanting to slide. So we just want to get a little bit of pressure in there.
This is easier with a shorter foam roller.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, wouldn't you be able to achieve almost the same effect if you just put most of the length of the foam roller to my right and just put the tip along my right, the right side of my spine and do it that way?
You mean this way?
Uh, no, just lay it down and then have the foam roller horizontal across my back.
Yes, you would, but the foam roller is so big, and a lot of people uh, may not realize when they're going on over the spine.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's not very comfortable, and I'm not really going to do that to you right now. I'm just kind of showing you right now just by rolling this foam roller lightly over your back. It can get kind of
Yeah.
uncomfortable. Yeah.
Especially when you get the back of the neck.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Yeah. Which I know that we're not doing this, but is mostly why people stay with the heel of their hand or their elbow and forearm.
Be very careful when you use the elbow. If
Yes,
you don't know what you're doing, then you will have to be very careful with that one.
yes, because as Johnny points out in the Tactical Tuesday and Survival Saturdays, the elbow is the sharpest bone in your body.
And don't step and don't stand on your partner's back unless you know what you're doing either.
Unless you've been trained, yes.
I I had it done to me, but someone wasn't trained, and I felt like all my innards got squished.
Yeah. So, one last one you could do by using only for the left or right side of the back is just rolling it out like this, placing your hands on either side, inching, 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 back and forth. And this one, you do want to be on the same side of the body that you're working. For the simple fact of if you are on the opposite side, you'd be stretching your own body to put the pressure. So you would tire yourself out more.
And to get back up, walk your hand back to your knees and sit up like a dog begging at the dinner table.
Oh, not quite. But it is better for your head that your blood doesn't rush back if you get up that way. Yeah.
All right. Well, now at that, we'll be back tomorrow for some Survival Saturday with Johnny Tiger and Kitten. But the kitten have to survive a foam roller. I'll see you guys later. Have a good night.
Good night.